Hello everybody, it's me, Sarah, that divination witch. Now, this is a tarot reading with a difference. Now, this video idea has been in my head for months. I'm not even kidding. Because I've got a theory. That theory is that Lilith is Hecate's daughter. And when I say this, I don't mean literally Hecate gave birth to her. It's just the more I'm getting to know them all, the more I'm realising some things. So Hecate is so primordial. She is not just a witchcraft goddess. She is goddess of basically everything. And she is a face of the divine feminine. And she has many epithets. One such epithet is phosphorus. And I've made a video about this on the channel where essentially phosphorus is the light bringer, and phosphorus is also a deity in their own right. But Lucifer is also phosphorus, and there are parallels there that Lucifer is an aspect of Hecate and vice versa. There are some occultists that claim Lucifer is Hecate's child in that regard. I don't see it like that. But Hecate is also very close with Diana, you could say. Their names are often used interchangeably, and Diana, if you're a witch, you may know, she's very important. She's not just a Roman copy of Artemis, you could say. She transcends that. Diana is a goddess of magic in her own right. And in the Gospel of Witches, she and Lucifer together have a child called Aradia. So there are a lot of parallels. Now, in the mythologies of Hecate, she has many children, but none of them are children she has actually given birth to. You've probably heard of some of them, like Circe and Medea, Scylla, the Empusa. Well, there's another, the Lamia. And there are several variants on the Lamia's myth, but the Lamia are either several different women or at least one person who was kind of cursed to change, I believe. Like a lot of these myths go, you know, it's like Medusa's myth, for example. The original, she and her sisters were always Gorgons. The Romanized version, she is turned into a Gorgon. So there are interchangeable invariants on these myths. But the Lamia, regardless of which myth you go by, they are a half-snake lady, and they are said to be the first vampire in Greek or Hellenic myth. Now, Lilith is said to be the first vampire as well, depending again on her mythologies that you go by. So she is intrinsically linked with the serpent, whether you want to say that's good or bad. The serpent from the Garden of Eden, you know. She is said to be queen of vampires because of her link with the succubi and incubi, in that she transmutes energy. She can take energy, and she does teach psychic vampirism. So, with that being the case as well, let me just say, Lilith herself has always told me she's not the Lilith. The Lilith came before the mythology of Lilith. They were from Babylonian mythologies. They are lesser demons, you could say. There's a male version and a female version. And they look a bit like harpies, winged night demons, that's what they are. And they were demons that were lesser spirits that resided in the underworld. And the queen of the underworld in that mythology is Ereshkigal. And Ereshkigal, her name is interchangeably used with Hecate's, especially in the Greek magical papyri. So, there's a lot of links there, is what I want to say. I'm not calling Lilith herself a Lilith, because I know she doesn't like that. From my experience, anyway, she doesn't. And that was as well said to be a mistranslation, by the way. So it's not solid evidence that she was one of those things. Still, yeah. With all these parallels in mind, this video has been on my mind to do for ages. So I thought, right, let's do it with a difference. Something's always been holding me back. I'm going to ask them. I'm going to ask them how they feel. And it's funny that it's like a bird lady, like a variant on the black swan on that card. We're going to be using Tarot de la Nuit. It's a French, I'm sure it's a French version of a tarot that I've got. For some freaking reason, I've got a few foreign language tarots because I don't know if this one's a French one. Actually, it might just be the name of it. Yeah, because all of that's in English. Oh, I've just dropped a card. All of that's in English, but yes, we're going to ask them. And I'm going to pick the card up. So let's get into it. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. I am Sarah, that divination witch. I hope you stick around. This is a witchy safe space and community. You can ask questions, share opinions, nothing silly. Everyone's different. We welcome everyone here. If you want to join the community, you know what to do. Hit subscribe, it's free. And if you want to support me and the channel further, all my links are below. I have a website, I have an Etsy store where I do readings. I've also got Patreon. I've taught tarot on there, same on memberships. And on Patreon we're going through something called the Year of the Dark Goddess, which is a path working I set up to explore different archetypes of the Dark Goddess. So if you're interested, go check it out. I would be so grateful. Thank you. Right, so yeah, before I drop the card, I was saying I had this tarot deck here. I've also got a bog standard, one of my Rider-Waite decks on standby as well. Because this is a deck I don't use all that often, but I felt very drawn to today. So just in case, I've had it years. But you know, if you're a tarot reader, you might know this. Sometimes you buy a deck, then you don't really use it. I'm guilty of that. I've got so many, I feel actually a bit bad about that. But anyways, I work with both Lilith and Hecate. They are both here. Both their candles are on in the background over there. Let's ask. I feel like Lilith's here first. Lilith, what's your opinion on this? Are you a daughter of Hecate? I might need to rephrase the question. I've got a no, essentially. Death, which is no, in a yes and no context. How beautiful is that card, by the way? No, Queen of Wands reversed is a no as well. Strength reversed is a no. Emperor reversed is a no. And I feel like, well, they're all no's in yes and no. And I feel like she's saying, rephrase that question. It's not, I am not her daughter. Meaning literally, so that makes sense. She is not my mother. Okay. Is your energy a daughter, like a daughter of Hecate? Or, oh, okay, 8 of Wands. What I was going to say before that card came out, you know, was in my mind. In a way that people say Lucifer is, you get me? Whoa. Okay, yes. In a way that Lucifer is, yes. I always knew they shared similar... Oh my gosh, one of the cards as well. Sorry. 2 of Cups. Look at this 2 of Cups. One of the cards. It's like Hecate and Lilith on the card. Thumbnail time. Oh. No, but like, wow. The imagery, you know. Yeah, so she's saying, yes, 8 of Wands, 4 of Wands, yes, 2 of Cups, yes. And then I got 7 of Wands reversed. And that would be like, there's a nuance to it, I feel. So 8 of Wands, it's swift action is what it means. So yes, definitely, they have a lot in common. 4 of Wands is community, friendship, coming together, celebrations. 2 of Cups is relationship. And love there. Now, I'm not saying they're in love with each other or anything like that. I'm saying that there is a mutual respect between them. So there is a connection, mutual respect between them. but there's nuance to it. So it's not a case of Lilith literally being her daughter, and it's not like in the myths as well, where, you know, say Circe is said to be Hecate's daughter, for example, or Medea, because they're sorceresses. It's not like that. It's in the Lucifer context of Lucifer is phosphorus, Hecate is phosphorus. So there's aspects of Hecate that link with Lilith. Okay. I'm trying to decipher what she's saying here. I can hear her saying you humans want to make things so... You want to try and simplify things, but you also make it too complex and too complicated. High Priestess reversed. King of Pentacles reversed. And I feel like she's saying we doubt ourselves a lot. We doubt our feelings. Because ultimately, Lilith could, you know, you could call her daughter of Hecate if you really want. If that's your connection with her, so be it. Because deities as well, it will blow our tiny minds. But they can present to us in many different ways. And very personalised ways as well. The way Hecate is with me isn't going to be the way she is with you or Lilith, etc. You know what I mean? So they're complex beings, just as complex, if not more so, than us. So therefore, yeah, she's saying we are conditioned with the King of Pentacles reversed to doubt any experience we have, to explain things away, to doubt our intuitions. Three of Wands reversed. This is where we get confused about things because there's so many takes on things. You know, if somebody says, I believe this thing, could be anything, someone else will argue against it because there's always nuances to things. And at the end of the day, she's basically saying it doesn't matter. But she is saying, like, Ten of Cups is about family and everything coming together. We've got Nine of Cups, which is security and being sure of yourself. Seven of Pentacles is working hard, progress. And Six of Pentacles reversed. And what she is basically saying, that makes sense. It's your connection with her, your connection with Hecate, your understanding of the deities. Fuck what anyone else says. And she likes it when I swear. So F that. Whatever anyone else says doesn't matter. This is your life, your connection with them. So if you see them in that regard, you see them in that regard. It's like how some people see Lilith as just a demon. And to me, she is more than that. She is, I mean, there's no just about a demon, like, but she is not just an evil being kind of thing. She is empowering, she is liberating, she helps you understand who you are, your energy, she helps you deal with stuff. Like, she's way more than that. So that's what she is saying, is that yes, there is a connection there, that my theory isn't exactly wrong or anything like that, but it's very nuanced, and how she presents to somebody else may be different to how I see her and things like that, like I've already explained. But F what anyone else thinks, so what? I mean, I've had some horrible comments about Lilith since I've been more open about working with her and talking about her, because she wants me to teach people about her, to be honest. Now, I'm not saying that in a way that I know everything, but in the same way I do Hecate, I'm open-minded, you know. But I've had people telling me you're wrong and this, that, the other about her. But at the end of the day, there's no right or wrong. You know, I've had some horrible comments. I've had people saying, stay the F away from... I'll never forget that comment. Stay the F away from Lilith. She ruins lives. Well, that's your experience, love. She's never ruined my life. And I've been working with her since 2019, I think. It was after Hecate. Like, that's your experience. I don't care anymore. You know what I mean? I had another one say she causes divorces. Don't think so. I think it's a case of whatever that person had going on. She's held up a mirror like a lot of dark deities do. Held up a mirror and you need to sort your shit out and you haven't. And so you're going to blame her. You know, it's easy cop-outs. Blame an external force for your problems. Okay. Thank you, Lilith. Is there anything else you want to say on the matter? She's reiterating what I've just said, yes. Caring too much about what other people think about you, about your path, about your spirituality is only going to break your heart. Because you're always going to be wanting some sort of approval and you're never going to have it. Not really, not 100%. And this is something I'm personally learning as well. It hurts your feelings. It hurt my feelings when I was first doing YouTube and realised, shit, people are dicks sometimes. Like, I always kind of knew that, being in public facing jobs in the past and things like this. But not everyone's going to like you, right? When you're a kind person, you want to try and, I don't know, be liked, I suppose. But so what? Not everyone's going to like you. You have to live your life, basically. So she is saying to not worry about what other people think so much, because if you do, it will serve to hurt you. So we've got 10 of Wands reversed. That is releasing burdens. We've got the 3 of Swords, which is heartbreak. And we've got the King of Swords reversed. And this is people having their opinions. You can be the nicest person in the world and they'll still not like you. And that's something I learned. So, yeah. To her, yep, okay. In the same way Lucifer is, yep, they're all linked. You could class her, I suppose, in that regard as like a daughter energy in a way. But she's not literally our daughter. And she don't really care what you think. Very Lilith. I love you, Lilith. Thank you so much for answering that. Now I am going to ask Hecate her opinion on this as well. Because I suppose Hecate, you see, I'm seeing her more as a face of the creator. So like a lot of cultures, a lot of mythologies, a lot of theologies have create a deity that is female, and I'm seeing Hecate as that. If you look up the Chaldean, I can't say it right, oracles, that is one such philosophy that names Hecate as the creator. Others could say Sophia or Durga or Chaos or Tiamat or mother energies. But in Gnosticism, this is something I am down a rabbit hole about. There is a divine feminine deity, not Sophia, that came before Sophia, who is the first face of the creator, that you could say, that birthed the aeons, which is all the gods, basically. And I'm seeing Hecate as that, to be quite truthful. So therefore, she could be mother to many things. All right. Switching the tarot decks over. I'm just using this is one of my everyday ones. I've used it before on these videos. It's a Rider-Waite holographic version. I've had it years. Started using it. I like to use things up in general. I just feel like she wants me to use this one. So I'm just asking, is Lilith your daughter in that regard? Like, what's her opinion and stuff? Oopsie. Yes, again, yes, but there's nuances to it again. So I could hear her say everybody is my daughter or my son or my child, meaning literally everybody. This is why, despite all the fear mongering in her name, she doesn't care so much. She isn't like this. I don't mean this offensively to Lilith or anything, but Lilith's so fiery. She doesn't care either, like, but she's so fiery. And Hecate, yeah, she's got vengeful aspects and things like that, but on the whole, she just kind of doesn't care. It, like, rises above it, as in no reaction at all. That's what I mean. I know Lilith doesn't care either, but Hecate doesn't have a reaction at all, sort of thing. But given what I've just explained and how I see her and how she is getting me to learn about her now as being the creator, then yes, in that regard, Lilith is her daughter as much as I'm her daughter, or you watching could be her daughter or son, you know. But it doesn't mean literal. She loves us all, and yes, she has immense respect for Lilith. I know that. There was this rhetoric that went around and still does, that Lilith and Hecate don't get along. You can't you can't work with them both at the same time. All this stuff. That's so untrue. I've worked with them both at the same time for many years. Their candles are right next to each other. Like, they do not give a rat's ass. Lilith, she doesn't like being put below anybody else, and that's in general. And that's not just because of her myth. That's something I did learn in my early days with working with her and Hecate, as I subconsciously was putting her on the back burner in a way. She doesn't like that, okay? As long as you treat them both equally, equal respect, there is no issue. I call them both my mother in a way. Hecate, I do feel more nurturing motherly energy. Not to say that Lilith can't be nurturing. Well, she can be. She has nurtured me as well, if I'm honest. I just see them both as that, but in different ways. Like, Hecate is this more primordial maybe energy, and Lilith, to me anyways, I don't know, not as primordial maybe. I don't know. They are pretty primordial. I think I'm digging a hole for myself here. You're only making it worse for yourself. I just love them both. I really do. And yes, when it comes to Hecate, we got a yes, King of Cups, and that's all about love as well. And that's where I got, well, everyone's my child, you know. 6 of Wands means a yes and victory. It means coming out on top. She's got immense respect for Lilith, so much so. The Magician is a yes, and she recognises just how powerful Lilith is and how important she is as well. But then we've got Lovers reversed, and we have Temperance reversed, which is her basically saying that she's not my literal daughter, okay? But there is nuances to it as well, that she might not always share the same values, even though they are very similar, even though there's got a lot in common. Lilith handles things differently to Hecate and vice versa, and we just got to respect that, you know. I feel like that's what these cards are saying, is that we should never compare them as in being carbon copies of each other. Respect them for who they are differently, no matter what lens you want to view them in. Even if you just say Hecate is a witchcraft deity, you know, and not this divine feminine creator that I see her as, fair enough. I'm just asking if she has anything else to say on that matter. I was asking until I chucked all the cards on the floor. $78 card pick up. Bum bum. That's what I used to say as a kid, you know, with playing card. Isn't a 52 card? He's a trick for you. 52 card pick up. Chuck them all over. Yeah, okay. As you want to say. No, she gave 10 of Wands too. Yeah. Again, bogged down in burdens, Hierophant reversed. She's telling us the same as Lilith, but different. Same but different. As in, we worry too much about labels, about putting things in categories, things like this. When we worry too much on the nuances, we forget the big picture. We forget what it really means. Because regardless of whether they're mother and daughter or whatever, it doesn't matter. They're still them. They're still deities. They're still helping people, and they're still going to be doing what they do, regardless. So, Ten of Wands is the burden. Hierophant reversed, Wheel of Fortune reversed. Hierophant reversed is a lack of faith, and this comes down to the programming again, that we aren't understanding them in the real scope outside of mythologies and theologies, them as who they are as energies. We need to understand that better. And Wheel of Fortune reversed, if we can't understand, oh, just hit something. If we can't understand that better, then it's like looking at the glass half empty and not really at being truly spiritual in that regard, and seeing that we're all linked together regardless of where we are in the world, and that the bigger picture is, doesn't matter what their label is, it's about enlightenment, it's about knowledge, as in spiritual knowledge, spiritual growth, not book knowledge, not what someone labelled them as in one mythology and comparing it to another mythology. It's all about our relationship with them and our journeys. And that's what I feel the message is. So thank you, Hecate, as well. I hope you found this interesting. Like I said at the beginning, this is something I've been wanting to cover for a while, but I've felt held back. And this is probably why. They probably wanted me to do a reading on it. I never thought until today. I thought, all right, I'll finally do that video, but I'm going to do a reading on it, you know. So a bit different, but interesting, I think, because that answers my question too. It's like, well, yeah, but also no. Then does it matter? Does it matter? You know? You know me as who I am now, whether that's Lilith, Hecate, whatever. You know, focus on that. Focus on growing with them if you're working with them. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for listening. If you made it this far, you may as well hit subscribe. Go check out the readings on my channel. I also have a playlist on Hecate and a playlist on Lilith, and on other things as well. But I talk a lot about those two ladies. And if you want to learn more, it's all on the channel. And until next time, stay safe, stay witchy. Bye-bye.